Hello everyone, this is just a real quick video to go through the expectations for homeroom and to give you guys some idea of some of the resources that you guys are going to be working with for the last 6 weeks. The reason for doing this is because homeroom is going to look very differently for you guys, and so we just want to make sure that we are all on the same page and you guys know what is expected of you. So the first thing that's going to be different is that we are actually going to be in homeroom Monday through Thursday, and then Jumpstart will be on Friday. So when you're in homeroom Monday through Thursday, you are going to be going through some lessons. These lessons could vary from week to week, day to day. It just really depends on that week and what's going on. But essentially, you guys will be primarily working with the 7 habits, and you will also be working with Zello, or the program for Zello, and you'll be going through and looking at some things that you guys have done through your career exploration class. So that being said, first thing that you guys kind of need to know about is that you hopefully will get a Google Classroom code soon, or you've already joined a Google Classroom from your homeroom teacher. They've given that to you. It should look like this. Basically, it's going to be set up by week, and each week there will be a few resources added that just kind of are things that you are going to be referencing during that week. There's also this general resources tab up at the top, or the topic up at the top, which will be where we put resources that you will need throughout the whole 6 weeks or throughout multiple weeks. It's not just specific to one week. So anyway, this Google Classroom is where you will go to get all of the resources that it asks you to do, and generally you will be cued to go to Google Classroom to find them. The way that you will be shown this is every day when you get into class on the Clear Touch or in some form or another, this will be presented to you, but each day will have a set lesson that you guys are going to be going through and you and your teacher are going to be working on. They all generally look the same, but the content is different. So I'm just going to go through and kind of give you the gist of what is on a daily slide that you would see. So first off, in this blue box, you will always find the lesson for the day. It basically says here's like the 2 or 3 things that you're doing for the day, and it's pretty straightforward. For example, this is our lesson for today, so you guys are going to go through the expectations of homeroom. Then you're going to talk about the 7 habits, and then at the very end, you're going to create a 7 habits tree, and you're going to follow along with the information given to you in this box. There will always be a materials section over here, and then the other section on this side, I think this is the only one that doesn't have anything on it. Normally it will look like this, and it will be a reflection question, and I'm going to show you guys where you can answer this, whether your teacher chooses to ask you guys this at the end of class or not. There is a place where you can actually write and reflect on these, and so that's always going to be there as well. But the main thing you need to know about these would be that when you get into class, you're going to look at the board. It's going to tell you here's what you need for the day, and it's going to tell you basically what the lesson is going to be like for today. So for tomorrow, your homeroom teacher is actually going to read something to you guys, and then when they're done reading that, you're going to actually work on a proactive versus reactive application question, and it says in Google Classroom. And then it also says do an enrichment activity when finished. And so what that means, so a couple of things I want to show you. So when it says to go to Google Classroom, if you go to Google Classroom, it will be there underneath this week, proactive versus reactive, and you'll click on it and you'll fill out the information, and then you'll hand it in when you're done. So make sure to mark it as handed in. And then the second thing is the enrichment activity choice board is underneath general resources. This is just basically going to be for you guys when you're finished with your assignment for the day or the activities for the day. You can go here and see what you're approved to do. So essentially it's kind of like free time, but it's stuff that we're saying yes, you can use your free time for this. So you can read a book, you can do Alex or Lexia if you guys have accounts for those. You can play Wordle. You can use it as a study hall. mean, if you have time to go in and actually redo an assignment or to just like turn in an assignment that you haven't done yet, why wouldn't you use that time that you have during homeroom? And then this is where you can answer that reflection question. That's an option on the choice board where you can actually click on it and go to the Google form and answer the question for the day. So that's where you would go and do that. Mainly, what you guys need to know is your expectations or our expectations for you during this time is that that you come to class on time when your teacher is specified, which is a little bit earlier than normal, so you guys can get a good chunk of time to work on this stuff, and that when you're here, you do what you're asked to do, which basically means if you're asked to turn something in or to fill out some questions, that you do that. If you're asked questions, like to discuss something, that you participate. And so that is really what we're expecting of you guys during this time. Also, because it's a little different than what we've done in the past. At the end of the 6 weeks, we'll be asking your opinion on a lot of stuff and to see how it went. And so just keep that in mind that as you're going through, keep a very open mind, but also we want your honest answers, like if something didn't work or if you have like ideas for how to make it better, then just keep that in your back pocket because we will be asking you guys that at the very end of this. So if you guys have any further questions, go ahead and ask your homeroom teachers. If not, good luck, and I hope you have a great last 6 weeks.